DesignerLogic is a project management application. Let's take a look at what a project actually is. Hover over the three-dot menu for any project and select which part you'd like to go to. We're going to go to the dashboard in this case. The project dashboard has a lot of information aggregated on one page. You can see the tracking information for items that have been ordered right here to the right, and any notifications for upcoming events and tasks at the top. On the left, you can see the totals for all the proposals, invoices, retainers, and purchase orders. And if you click on one of these links, it refreshes the page to the right and gives you all the information, in this case about the purchase orders. If you click on a purchase order number, it opens up the purchase order itself in a new tab. Back on the project dashboard, you can use these tabs at the top to see different parts of the project. For example, you can see all the tasks on the project, all the events on a calendar for the project, the time and expense logs by your staff, which can then be billed to the client, any uploaded files that are related to that project, the areas of the project. You can have phases of a project, which creates a Gantt chart timeline of that project. And you see there's comments for every project, which is to and from your staff and to and from your client about specific items on the project. And lastly, at the top, if you click the Activity tab, you'll see a timeline of all the activity that your staff has been doing on that project right here grouped together. Now, to put anything on these lists of the project, come over to the Edit Add button, and then you can select which part of the project you want to add something to. Now, every project also has a main item list, which is sort of like a giant spreadsheet for the project. Just click on this items button, and that creates a very large spreadsheet of all the items on this particular project. Let's take a look at how this page works. Click on the project name to go back to the project dashboard. Hover over the Edit Add button to add different things to the project on the fly or edit the project details. Click the Tracking button to view the project's tracking, ship dates, and installation dates and things like that. And you can hover over the Reports button to create a custom report of this list or download all these items to Excel. Now, if we look at the top of the list, there's a Filter button where you can filter this list a whole bunch of different ways. Click on the tile icon to view all the items with larger pictures, and if you click on a picture, it will open up the picture in a viewer so you can see the full size. You'll go back to the items list. The items list can be sorted a number of different ways. You can also make multiple selections of items and then edit them all at one time by clicking Bulk Actions. And you just change the particular fields you want to edit and then click Update, and that will edit all the items that were selected. Now each item has its own line. As you can see, for example, the chandelier has its own line, and if you hover over the information icon, it will give you extra information about that item just by hovering over it. The quantity information icon gives you all the cost breakdown for the item, including if it has multiple components. And each item has its own three-dot menu where you can add different things to the item specifically. For example, a task added here would add it to that chandelier. You can also see the details page of an item, which is a lot like the project dashboard. It's just about that specific item. You can also edit the item. You can see all the fields that are editable right here, including all the financials and specs. And you can also update the tracking very quickly on an item. If you want to put an acknowledgement number, ship date, etc., you can fill that in. And you can also copy items. If you want to copy an item to the same project or another project, just click that link and it will give you the option of copying the specific item or including any components that may be attached to that item. And that includes specs, pricing, pictures, and everything, so you don't have to retype anything. Lastly, on this page, we'll show you the proposal, invoice, and PO column. If an item has a number under that column, that means it's on that transaction. So for example, this fabric is on proposal number 11AA. And when you click it, it will open up that transaction in a new tab. And And for example, if you click on a purchase order number, 126 for this sconce, that purchase order opens up. And lastly, we'll go to the tracking page for this project. And if we click on the tracking button at the top, it will give you a list of all the items that are being tracked on that project. And you can also filter that list by a lot of different ways. And you can see the amount of quantities that are ordered, how much it's been received, how much you're still waiting for, and things like that. And you can also update that information by clicking these links over here on the far right. And again, if you just go back, or if you just click on the project name at the top, it will take you right back to the project dashboard. So a project has all the items and all the tracking on those items, and then it also has tasks, events, time and expenses, files that are uploaded. It can be grouped in areas and have a phases timeline, and have a lot of communication and comments on it.